Hi, everyone. It's great to be here at your school. I'd like to thank your guidance counselor, Mr. Shelby, for inviting me to talk to you. I'm a career coach. I'm delighted today to be talking to people who are just starting out, who have a chance to get into work they really enjoy right from the beginning. I know many of you are not seniors and won't be graduating this year, but it's important to think about what you'll do after graduation before the last minute. I know a lot of you plan on going to college, and that's great. But personally, I'm not biased toward a 4-year liberal arts education. Some of you may be interested in studying a trade. A trade is defined as skilled manual or technical work. We often think of the most common trades, small engine repair, carpentry, airplane or auto mechanics, for example. But there are lots of unusual jobs for the more adventurous. Some of them might turn out to be lifetime callings, but some of them may also be temporary jobs that give you time to test your skills and aptitudes out in the real world before going on to college. And there are jobs in all kinds of categories and subcultures. For instance, when you think of movie making, you probably think of the actors first, and then maybe the producer and director. But do you ever stay and watch the credits after a show? You know, the scroll of names at the end, line after line of names and the jobs they perform? Let me ask you, what kinds of jobs do you see listed in the credits?
Cinematographer.
Right. What does a cinematographer do?
The cinematographer is in charge of photography.
Well, actually, the director of photography is in charge of photography and is the head cinematographer for any film. The word cinematographer signifies any person who uses recording devices to capture images, either electronically or by filming. What are some other jobs or positions you might read in the credits?
The executive producer?
Yep. The executive producer handles major business and legal issues. What else? Yes?
The casting director? And also, I think sometimes we see a screenwriter.
Right. The casting director, of course, directs the casting. This person finds actors for roles in the film and also takes care of related business dealings. And a screenwriter is someone who writes a script from another source, such as a novel. These are some of the big jobs related to a film, but there are many others. Let me just give you brief descriptions of some of them, just to give you an idea of the range of possibilities out there. First of all, let's take the gaffer. That's Gaffer. This is the person who was responsible for the electrical department. Just think of all the electrical equipment on a set. Someone needs to oversee all of that. Then there are best boys. Best boy is a term that can signify either a male or female who is second in charge of something. For example, the gaffer probably has a best boy who is subordinate to him and can take over when needed. Sometimes the word best is used now, but best boy is still common, even when referring to women. How about boom operators? The word boom refers to a long pole with a microphone on it. Of course, we don't see the microphones when we watch movies. The boom operators are members of the sound crew who hold these long poles, keeping the microphones out of sight, usually above the heads of the actors. Of course, you can infer that a costume designer designs all costumes for a film. They may need knowledge of what people wore at different periods in history, or what people wear in different places. When animals are used in movies, someone has to handle them. That person is called a wrangler. Think of movies you've seen about animals, children's films about dogs, for example, or horse movies. These movies require really top-rate wranglers. But in other movies, you have dogs, cats, horses, or other animals that don't have starring roles but still need to be cared for and managed. Wranglers do that. Are you familiar with the word dolly? This word refers to a small truck that carries the camera and camera person. A grip is a person who is responsible for positioning the dolly.
Wow. I never thought of all the people needed for a single movie.
You probably don't stay and watch all the credits. Sometimes it seems like they go on forever.
Actually, there are lots more jobs connected to the movie industry. Maybe hundreds, if you think of the agents who advocate for writers and actors, location scouts, lawyers, maintenance people, assistants, drivers, security guards, and everyone associated with writing, editing, and promoting. It's not always easy to get into these jobs. For example, you probably know that a scriptwriter's occupation is characterized by hard work, lots of rejection, negotiations, and compromise. I know that no one here may have any desire to end up working in the movie industry, but I wanted to show you that there are many more opportunities within one industry than you might think. I have handouts here that will give you some websites and contact information if you're interested in finding out more. But mostly, I wanted you to think about new possibilities and about specialization. For example, you may think about the possibility of being an electrician, but in your mind, you might only see an electrician working on wiring in people's homes. Or you may like to work with animals, but have no desire to be a veterinarian. So, I hope this makes you think. I could have picked another big industry, for example, healthcare or transportation. Just think about all the various things that need to be done and managed. And if anything piques your interest, check it out.